when delegation becomes the default. Most of us have learned the quiet relief of handing a task to a system and getting an answer back instantly. The question is, what happens to us when that becomes the default path? When automation becomes routine delegation, the first skills to disappear are not just technical steps, but the human capacities that surround them. Noticing context, checking work, and explaining decisions. The impact is a shrinking ability to audit outcomes, even as reliance grows. Delegation is attractive because it compresses effort into a button press. The incentive is clear: faster output, fewer errors of a certain kind, and lower visible labor. Organizations benefit through cost savings, speed, and standardization. Individuals benefit through convenience and reduced cognitive load. But the costs land elsewhere and later, on the people who must live with decisions they can no longer interpret, and on the workers whose craft becomes harder to practice until it fades. A dependency loop forms. Step 1. Less practice. When the system drafts the message, routes the case, flags the risk, or picks the next action, the human does fewer repetitions of the underlying skill. Step 2. More delegation. Because practice declines, doing the task manually feels slower and more uncertain, so delegation becomes even more appealing. Step 3. Shrinking audit capacity. With fewer hands-on encounters, people lose the ability to spot when the system is wrong, biased, or simply out of context. That loss is not dramatic. It is gradual, like muscle unused. This loop is reinforced by constraints. One explicit constraint is time. Many roles are measured by throughput, and careful review is treated as a delay rather than part of the work. Another constraint is access. The system's internal reasoning, training data, and failure modes may not be available to the people held accountable for outcomes. These constraints make it easier to accept outputs and harder to challenge them. There is also a trade-off that often goes unnamed: efficiency versus legibility. Automation can improve consistency and speed, but it can reduce our ability to explain why a choice was made. Another trade-off is convenience versus competence. Delegation spares effort today, but it can erode the ability to perform, verify, or repair tomorrow. Who bears the cost? It is carried by those with the least power to contest a decision: the customer who cannot reach a human, the patient whose case is reduced to a score, the worker whose performance is judged by a metric they cannot inspect. It is also carried by teams asked to own outcomes without the authority or tools to examine the system that produced them. Intent is not impact. What disappears first are the small human skills that create safety: forming a second hypothesis, sensing when a story does not fit the data, asking for clarification, keeping a paper trail, and remembering edge cases that never show up in a template. These are not luxuries. They are the social and cognitive infrastructure of responsibility. As delegation scales, another externality appears. Accountability becomes abstract. When a process is mediated by tools, responsibility can feel distributed until it is practically dissolved. Yet the harm remains concrete for the person on the receiving end of the decision. Dignity depends on being more than a set of inputs to a machine. When automation becomes the default path, people can be treated as categories rather than participants, and agency narrows to whenever the interface permits. The system's constraints become the boundaries of the relationship. There is also a change in attention. If attention is trained to accept outputs rather than understand situations, we become less practiced at interpretation, less willing to slow down for context, and less able to notice when a rule misfires. Over time, the person becomes an attendant to the system's pace, instead of a steward of the work's meaning. Responsibility is not only about who presses the button, it is about who can explain, contest, and repair. When audit capacity shrinks, so does the ability to offer consent with understanding. And when consent becomes a checkbox without comprehension, dignity is reduced to compliance. The deeper question is not whether automation is helpful, but what kind of human role it leaves behind: a partner with judgment or a relay that passes along outputs. Systems reveal truth through what they permit, constrain, and ignore. Notice which skills in your context are being replaced by delegation and which supporting skills are quietly going with them. Explanation, verification, and the ability to say, "This doesn't fit." Consider where the constraints are coming from: time pressure, lack of access, unclear ownership, and what those constraints make easy or impossible. Name the cost, not just the benefit, especially the cost paid by people who cannot appeal, cannot understand, or cannot be seen as more than a score. Notice too where accountability is becoming ceremonial, or someone is held responsible without the agency to inspect the process. Consider what it would mean in your setting for responsibility to remain real rather than symbolic. Automation can carry our work, but it cannot carry our responsibility. That remains with us, without blame and without escape.